All right. My name is Quaid Hafen. I'm here applying for Sandbox. My reasoning for why I would want to be part of this program to participate is that, first off, I love unorthodox approaches. Like the moment I heard about it in class, I was like, okay, I'm going to this intro session. I filled out the riddle thing, and I was like, all right, I'm doing this because I just felt like I felt the energy. Okay, I was homeschooled. And even just if you're up here at BYU, Idaho, I just love unorthodox approaches. It's a very unorthodox school. With a 3-semester system, the way the professors, they don't do research, they're here for teaching. I love the unorthodox approach. So I heard that, I'm like, I'm down. Okay? So, the second question, how many hours a week can I commit? I'm looking at, I'll give you a brief look at my breakdown of my thinking. So there are there's 168 hours in a week. So if I cut out, I need to take off for Sunday. The day is 16 hours, right? So cut off that time. I'm down to 152. Then for sleep, to get a good amount of sleep, so I'm like super functional. 8 hours of sleep every night. That takes me down to 96. Then after that, to do maintenance like dishes, cleaning, stuff like that, and journaling and showering every day, that takes me down, that's about 12 hours for that throughout the entire week, I'm figuring. Do like little maintenances, so that takes me down to 84. I have a girlfriend, but she's on a mission right now, so I only get to talk to her once a week, so around 3 to 4 hours a day, or during that one day, so for a week. And then 3 to 4 hours of exercise for like activities on campus. I do jiu-jitsu, I do yoga, but they aren't full commitment. I don't pay for them. They're just free on campus. They're clubs, so I go to them, but I don't have a full commitment to them. I can just go when I want to, when I'm free. So I like to do that for 3 to 4 hours a week, just to keep myself like, I need exercise to keep myself like, I'm pretty jittery, so I need exercise to get myself functional so I can actually fall asleep. So that pulls me down to about 76. I'm planning on taking like 4 to 6 credits during the fall and during the winter, and to get me to graduation later on. So I'm looking at probably about for each semester, I'm looking at probably about 15 hours of work, looking at the classes that I'll be taking a week, and then networking with including class times and stuff. So that takes me down to 61. I want to set aside some time for networking, which could be included inside sandboxing, since we'll be doing inside of Sandbox, since we'll be doing a lot of networking as well. So I'm looking at and then time for eating. So around 10 hours. So I'm looking at probably, it comes out to about 50 hours. I think I can commit to. So that's what I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call 50 hours that I can commit to for each semester. And after the first semester, I'm assuming that I'm even more efficient, or I can figure out more things to cut, or see what I can do once I'm actually into it. So I'm thinking I might be able to squeeze another another set of hours in there. I think of life as very much like, you take care of yourself, and then you're in a better position. You're more awake to take care of everything else in your life. So I figure if I make sure I schedule in, make sure I take care of all the things in my life that I need to, if I'm responsible, then it'll make me more efficient at doing everything else. So I'm thinking that like scheduling it out like this is probably the best for health, and for like making sure that I'm like I'm most mentally prepared to like run a startup. So then let's go down to about 50 hours a week. So let's go down to the problems I'm interested in solving that I think I can do during Sandbox. So I believe there are tech solutions for pretty much everything in the world, or at least a tech improvement, something to make things move more fluidly, which is why I chose my major, because I like a lot of things, but I didn't code in high school, so I just decided I would want to learn something new. So problems I think that tech that could have solutions I could solve or move. I'd be interested in solving. I don't know if I could actually solve them, but we'll see. I feel like there's a lack of gamification in life, in like the workplace. in schoolwork. I feel like there's a lack of mentorship for young men. I feel like there's a lack of debating skills. Those are all things I felt like I struggled with a lot in high school and on the mission. And then I feel like more technically, there's a problem with people that we haven't been taught to read phonetically in English, which is how we learn English properly. I feel like that's a problem that could have a tech solution. And also I feel like with AI there's now a lot more code review than there ever has been before, because before there was a lot of tech writing, with the programming, but now there's a lot more tech reading, reviewing of the code the AI just provided for you. So I think there is a solution somewhere in there for improving people's ability to read the code, and because once you can, the faster you review it, the faster you realize you don't have errors. You realize you can solve any cybersecurity problems you have. So I think that code reviewing, there's a solution somewhere in there that is possible. And then, what do I feel sets me apart as a candidate? Mostly, I think I can program, but I can also talk to people. I like people quite a bit. I'm very extroverted, and I'm willing to do things like talk to people. I'm willing to do paperwork. I'm willing to do things outside of my major. I'm willing to wear extra hats to do what I need to do. So that would be my primary. That'd be my primary set apart thing, is my willingness to fulfill multiple roles. And yeah, I think that would be my. Yeah, I like getting. I like to. Here's another one. One of my favorite things is meeting people who I don't get along with, and like resolving conflicts. I love resolving conflicts in relationships when I meet people. I love talking with bashers on the mission, because I like actually having conversations with them, because they can be very scary, but they tell you something about yourself you don't want to hear. So I like being calm with them and talking them down until they were calm with me. So I like doing that now with like relationships I'm in, or like people I meet, because it's fun to just have an actual conversation and try to understand people. So that's another thing about myself that I think would set me apart, is my ability to work in teams even when high stress is involved. All right, thank you so much for watching, and tell me what you think. I'm eager to hear back.